First of all, we will discuss what are the functions of bank. Banks include following functions which we will discuss one by one. Number one, borrowing and lending of money. Like this is self-explanatory. We discussed it before in money and banking and all those subjects as finance subjects that bank lend money and customer borrow money, right? And they charge interest on it. Borrowing, lending of money. First point. Second point, discounting bills of exchange and other negotiable instrument. Discounting bills of exchange as an instrument means that when bank is a party between buyer and seller, they are definitely charging a fee from a buyer or a seller as well. In this case, we use it when letter of credit is open for the customer who are trading internationally. One country customer importer is trading with other country exporter, and when they do buying and selling, in this space bank is a party who is insurer of both. Like bank letter of credit ensured you that whatever you buy from other country, and whatever other country person send to you, then bank will charge fees on that. That fees which is charged on letter of credits between importer and exporter, between two countries, between buyer and seller, that is known as discounting bill of exchange. That can also discounting bills of exchange can also be charged by bank. It is a fees, as I said, on negotiable instrument. Like if you are taking loan from the bank, if you are taking loan for business, if you're taking loan for anything, and the loan is for 5 years, the loan is for 7 years, the loan is for 3 years, and if you repay the loan within short period of time, then in that case you in that case your interest rate will decrease. Bank can negotiate, bank can decrease your interest rate as well as they can decrease the service charges as well. As bank had lent money for the specific time period like 3 years or 5 years or 7 years, but if it is payback in less than that period, definitely the interest rate is reduced, as well as the insurance charges as well other bank charges are reduced. So this discounting bill of exchange and other instrument are the fees charged by bank, and or the decrease in charges which bank charges on different type of deals between buyer and seller, different type of deals between banker and customer, and different types of importer deals between importer and exporters. Third point is collecting on behalf of customer. Yes, definitely bank is a collector on behalf of customer. Let me give you a simple example of Pata University. If you see Pata University, all fees are being collected at UBL Bank or other banks. It means they are collector for behalf of customer. Same if you apply for any job or any entry test of university or college or any other places, you deposit fee at NTS in the bank. So bank is collector for that as well. Same if you apply for visa, international visa, or for the visit visa, you definitely deposit money of that embassy of that country in the bank, and bank is collector in that case. Fourth point, buying and selling of foreign reserves. Yes, a very important point in this case. Buying and selling of foreign reserve is also the duty or function of a bank. If and but this duty is reserved to those branches where it is mentioned that foreign exchange is present here. Main branches of all the banks in Pakistan, all big five banks, UBL, MCB, Elite Bank, National Bank, and other Bank Alpha and other banks, etc., where buying selling of foreign reserve take place, foreign exchange is being done by bank, but bank charges special fee on that. You should keep in mind when you are changing currency, it's not only changed with money changer, but it can also be changed in banks as well. And but they are limited currency change, like exchange dollars, bank exchange euros, bank exchange pounds, bank exchange real, bank exchange dirham. Not all the currencies, right? But money changer exchange all types of currency, but bank definitely charges on that changing of exchange of currency. Granting of letter of credits. Yes, again coming to that point when we were discussing second point of discounting bill of exchange as an instrument point. This point, granting of letter of credits, uh, you should keep in mind that letter of credit is never issued to the customer without any charges. Definitely the charges of letter of credit are being deducted from the account in which you have customer has opened with the bank. So they issue letter of credits to the customer by checking the credit history. It is must that customer should not be defaulter of any loan. Customer should be not default of any bank in Pakistan or abroad, and customer should have a clear regular income as well. There should not be any money laundering income or any terrorist hit income or any type of income which is doubtful. So these type of things are necessary for issuing letter of credits, and your business history, your account history, your business letter of proof, letterheads, all those things are necessary in that case. So granting a letter of credits is issued to the customer for international trade, as you all know, whether it's importer, whether it's exporter, but letter of credit is must, as bank is a guarantor for that person in your country, as well as the bank is a guarantor for that for the person from whom you are purchasing or from whom you are selling your products to internationally. There is a guarantor between two parties, and they charge fees on that. Next point is receiving of valuables for safe custody. Yes, bank has lockers. Bank has many safe custody almaras which are used as locker in locker room, and you can keep your gold, you can keep your property documents, you can keep your cash, even you can keep many other valuable things, diamond and any many other you can say expensive items you can save in that locker. So bank is custodian of your valuables, expensive valuables in that case as well, and they charge fee for this annually. Underwriting and dealing stocks, banks in Pakistan are not doing such type of things, but they are doing these type of things and writing dealing stocks in times of mutual funds. Like MCB Habib Mutual Fund is a joint venture of MCB Bank and Arif Habib Management. So MCB customer who have accounted in that, they have an edge that if they want to do investment in stocks, bank can become underwriter. Underwriter, what underwriter means? Bank become the guarantor for on behalf of stock exchange companies as well as on the behalf of the customer. Same, bank is a third party between two parties, and they make deals, but they make safe deals, right? So that customer could be attracted, a long term return could be given to them. So underwriting is an agreement between customer and the banker, or the customer or financial institution, which make ensure that we will do investment in stocks, or we will do investment in other places on behalf of the customer, and customer give full authority to that financial manager or financial company or financial institution or the bank to make deals of buying and selling in stocks. So this is known underwriting agreement. Acting as an agent to customer, yes, definitely bank is an agent to the customer when they are doing businesses, they are doing deals in nationally or internationally. Carrying guarantees, guarantees must when you are taking loans. Guarantees are involved especially when you are taking large loan. If you are a business company and if you need money from the bank, you take loan, you bank will need guarantees from you. Bank will definitely take guarantee of your property document, bank will take guarantee of your account, bank will take guarantee of um, your valuable items, assets as well. Same if you are taking loan from internationally from any other organization and the bank is involved, then bank will provide guarantee on behalf of yours as well as on behalf of that company. So they will charge special fee on that. So guarantee is also due to your bank, but simply you can say a bank becomes guarantor when you are taking loan from other companies outside the your country, as well other financial institution outside your country, as well as bank. If you are taking loan from the bank, bank also required guarantor from you, like that. You all know, if you want to take loan of car from the bank, car loan, bank will ask you to give two guarantors. One will be from family members and other will be from your friend circle or from a professional circle, who will give guarantee that if the person xyz run away, they both will give value, they will brought you back to the bank and you will pay all the loan, otherwise they will pay from their pocket. So these guarantees are must to take when you are dealing with bank, as well as you are dealing with any financial loans, etc. So bank carrying guarantee is this type of thing. Dealing with property, dealing with property, yes, nowadays without bank you cannot buy or sell any property. Like properties prices are so high that if you buy even single 5 marla plot, its value is in million of rupees. So in million rupees you cannot carry in cash, you cannot carry in through check, you it is risky. So what you do, you say to the buyer or seller, deposit the money in the bank and I will my account, bank account, and I will take it. Or you take a cross check from the customer and deposit that as soon as possible in the bank. Or if you are selling something, if you are buying something, you give money in form of cross check, in form of electronic fund transfer, in form of mobile app banking, mobile app fund transfer to the customer, but the bank is involved so that safe transaction take place and your money could be safely transferred to other, or the money for the asset which you have sold could safely be received by you. Then it is acting as Modaraba company. You all know Modaraba is what? It is basically dealing, bank act as a Modaraba partner with you when you are opening an account or you are taking a loan. Modaraba means company means, as we studied in sixth semester Islamic banking land subject. Mudaraba is that in which banker and customer are equal owner of loss and profit in account. If bank make profit, you are a shareholder in that profit and bank is also shareholder in that profit. If bank make loss, you are also shareholder in that loss and bank is also shareholder in loss. This is known as Mudaraba company. So bank is also acting as a Mudaraba company for you in that case. Trustees, as you all know, bank is a trustworthy financial institution in our financial market. Stock markets as a place, they are also secure. Insurance companies are also secure. Mutual funds are also secure. Other banking, other non-banking financial institutions are also secure. But bank is most trustable as we can physically see its presence around our villages, around our cities, around our homes, around our country. So we trust bank, and large banks don't do one type of business. As we study, and I give you example in the class as well. Reputation is more important for companies than financial loss. Financial loss can be bear, but reputation loss cannot be bear. And banks don't make reputational loss. Otherwise, no one will keep their deposit with the bank, and no one will do investment in banking products. Right? Clear? So I should move ahead. Now, what is the qualification of customer? Qualification of customer should not be minor. For opening a bank account or for opening any banking loan product or buying any banking loan product from the bank should be not be minor. Minor means not less than 18 years of age. In Pakistan, it's 18 years of age, right? In foreign countries, it may be 16 years or other teenage. The teenagers are encouraged to open bank account, but in Pakistan, for opening or dealing with bank, you need to be 18 years of age and have valid NIC. And I see here it's open bank account is only open for Pakistani national in Pakistan, not for Afghani national, not for foreign national rather. If foreign national want to open, they can open account on foreign exchange currency exchange account bank branches, which are main branches of any banks, and that is open on the basis of passport, not on the basis of NIC. But for Pakistanis, it can be open only for NIC. Your bank account can be open for all NIC, but you should be 18 years of age. Same 18 years of age apply to foreign customer as well, but the condition is a bit different. You need to in Pakistanis, we Pakistanis need to give NIC, and the foreigners need to give their passport for opening that account. Should have a sound mind means a sound mind means a person should be physically stable. It should not be disabled in sense of mental disability, mentally disturbance, or should not be should be in proper mental capacity, not to be it should and not should be mental person, right? So physically stable person should be can open or deal with bank, not other person. Third point is should not be debarred from entering into any contract. A person is not debarred means the law of that country, regulation of that country. He or she must not be any defaulter. He or she must not be any criminal. He or she must not be any terrorist. He or she must not be any involved in any criminal activity, any underworld activity, any such activity, any cybercrime activity which is against the law of that country. So that if he or she is found of that, then he or she cannot open account in the bank. He could not be qualified to be customer of the bank. So they are debarred by law of a country. So debarred means stopped, or you can say bound to entering any contract, right? So this opening an account, opening buying a banking product, taking loans, some all those things become being is like a contract between a customer and the is a contract between the customer and the what you can say bank, right? So should not be debarred from entering any contract with the bank means the person should not be should abide our rules and regulation of that country, should be law abider, should not be criminal, should not be any what to say unethical activities, involved in unethical activities, should not be terrorist, should not be any anti-money laundering activities, so that he can be qualified to be a customer. So this condition are must on behalf of customer and on behalf of banker to verify before opening an account or giving any product loan to customer. What are rights of customer? Rights of customer are to draw a check, to receive passbook. Nowadays it's known as checkbook, right? To sue the bank for any loss or damage. Sue means to file case against the bank in case of any loss or damage to his or her money or his or her asset or his or her valuable things, items, gold, jewelry, etc. in the lockers. To sue if the banker has failed to maintain his secrecy. Sue if the banker means to will file case against banker as well as the bank if they leaked the information of the customer to market. Why, people in Pakistan, or many bureaucrats, or many corrupt bureaucrats, and many corrupt generals, many corrupt judges, many corrupt ministers, many corrupt political elite class top management of the political parties, they do their investment in Swiss bank, because Swiss bank in Zurich in Switzerland is famous for not sharing a single thing with anyone. Only the customer can withdraw money and the customer can deposit money there, and all over the world people deposit their secret money there. Even their children, their wives cannot take, and there's a pin code password given to every customer. If the customer die, the money can, or money is also money you can think is also die, or has been run away, has been vanished. But if the customer in his or her life give that money to his son or daughter or family member, they can. So Swiss bank secrecy is famous in the world. So that is followed all over the world, as well as in Pakistan and other third world countries. Banker and bank need to follow the secrecy of the customer, and if they do so, and if they don't fail to do so, a case can be filed against them in this case. To claim and receive profit, yes, if you have opened account a profit and loss sharing account, or if you have opened account in fixed deposit account, if you open account in any profit or return on profit, or return on investment and profit on related account, you can claim them and you can receive profit on that. These are the rights of the customer, which are given by the bank to the customer in that case. Clear? Next, what are duties of customer? Customer must present check within business hours. What are business hours? 9 to 5 p.m. are business hours. Customer will need to present their check or any financial instrument of the bank within this business hour, working hours, office hours. Second, check and other instruments must be presented with reasonable time. Reasonable time means that there should be banking first the banking hour, business hour should be followed, and secondly the day should be followed. It's not possible that if you bring the bank check on Sunday or any holiday or any each day to present, it's this that will not be entertained, as when bank will be closed. So you need to follow office timing, you need to follow the vacations, you need to follow the national holidays and all those things. Third, should keep checkbook in locker. That is not necessary. Previously it was kept in locker. Nowadays it's not a must that you should keep checkbook in locker. It's a must that you can keep it at a safe place, whether it's your car, whether it's your office, whether it's your briefcase, whether it's your home locker, whether it's, but it should be safe, otherwise it could be misused. So checkbook should be kept in a safe place. Draw check very carefully. When you are writing a check, there should not be doubling. There should not be doubling in overwriting. There should not be cutting. There should not be, you can say, spreading of ink on the check. Otherwise, check will not be entertained. So these are duties of the customer while they are presenting checks and other financial instrument to the. Now move ahead to general relationship between different customer and banker in different types. First, creditor and debtor. Creditor, definitely when when customer is depositing money in the bank, the customer in this case is creditor, and debtor when banker is accepting money from you, bank is accepting money from you in forms of opening an account, in form of opening taking loan, in form of other things. So they are debtor in that case. So whoever deposit money is creditor, whoever take money is debtor. Other relationship in the banks known bailor. Bailor is a person who own assets, whose investment is there, who own things to the other party, and bailee is custodian like banker. Bailor in that case, we depositor, we account holder, we customers of the bank are bailor, and the bailee custodian like bank is the custodian in that case, right? So bailor and bailor are the customer or depositor or asset owner, and bailee are custodian like banker. We deposit money in account and banker keep care of that money. We deposit valuable jewelry, gold, diamond, and some property documents in the bank in for lockers, and bank and banker are the custodian of that thing. So in that case we are bailor and the bank is bailee. Principal and agent. Principal is the owner of the deposit, who own deposit, and who is owner of that money. Agent is the other party who is acting on behalf of the principal. Like banker, if we are doing international trade, banker, when we open letter of credit with the bank, In that case, we are principal, we are doing investment, we are putting our money in the bank, and we are dealing with the bank through we are dealing actually through bank is agent who act behalf of us on international market, who act behalf of us on the local market, and who deal with our parties. If we are not trustworthy, well, but bank is trustworthy, well, people do deals. In such case, people do make deals with the person if bank is involved. That as bank become the guarantor of the customer on your behalf, and on behalf of buyer, on behalf of seller as well. So on both parties, in that case, do deals. So principal is the owner of the investment, is the owner of all the money, and agent is the banker who operate that money, who use that money, who you make their deals, who provide you platform to do this job thing. And principal is authorize the banker or the bank manager to deals in behalf of him or her. Then pawner is depositor, pawnee is custodian like bank. Pawnee, any person who deposit money, who deposit assets, who deposit anything with the bank or any financial institution become pawnee. Pawnee is custodian like bank. Bank keep safe and secure all the assets, all the valuable things, all the money, everything deposited. So in this slide, we will study general principle of bankers lending. There is a bit detail in these slides which we will discuss about general principle of bankers lending is about reference from the law, from banking law and practices, what banking law practices define, different names, different terminology in which banking law has explained. We will study one by one in these slides. First, necessity of creation of law. Article 1 of Banker Law and Practices says the law is created to regulate business and banking transactions that use immovable property as security and specify the rights and obligations of parties. So Article 1 is about is the amount of money subject to mortgage that is owed to mortgages as a result of financing. That may include cost of financing, penalties, damage expense, or other related liabilities. In here, debt means all those things which you are financing for buying an immovable property, and need to pay, whether they are liability, whether expense, whether damage, whether they are cost, whether whatever penalties are there, whatever you pay to buy an asset, or you take a loan from the bank and to buy an immovable property or asset, and when you pay back that, so in that case you are debtor and the bank is creditor in that case. So debt is defined in banking operations in this way. Debtor means a person owing a debt, like karzdar we say. If we take loan from the bank, we are debtor. Lender means a person having right to receive payment of debt or performance under a mortgage. A lender may be incorporated within or outside and transact the business of banking as defined in the law of bank. Banking law practices also, or banking law principle article 3 give this power to lender that whatever loan he is giving to any debtor, any debt he is giving, he or she may, or the organization or the bank may get it back under the all rules and regulation which they signed between mutual agreement between lender and borrower, or lender and debtor, and under law he is liable to take all those things back, right? So this third definition is relevant to the lender. Fourth is execution creditor, means a person who acquired a court degree for lien loan on mortgage property. Execution creditor means if you cannot pay back, if you are a customer and you have taken loan from the bank and you loan or lien from the bank and you cannot pay back that loan, bank has the rights of lien, as we discussed in earlier slides, that they cannot issue NOC or clear certificate to you until you pay back all the loans and installments of that loan to it. So execution creditor is a degree, is a legal authority, is a law which has been given legal authority to the banker to take back your asset, or to take back all those liability amount and liabilities lie against you in that lien. Loan agreement means written agreement signed by a mortgager and mortgagee to secure one or more transaction. Now here it's a written agreement between mortgager and mortgagee. Who is mortgager? Mortgager, a person who is giving you that money. Mortgagee is a person who is taking that thing from you. Mortgage means to keep something as security, as amanat. Like if you are taking a loan for business and you don't have anything asset with you, only you have your home, so home documents or your house documents are given as a mortgage. Mortgage means as security, as a guarantee, as a as an responsibility on you that you have to pay that loan you have taken for the business. Otherwise, your house documents will be captured and your bank can take back your house from you if you are not cleared that loan. So, loan agreement makes that agreement signed with mortgager and mortgagee. Mortgagee means a registered charge against immovable property allowed by a mortgager to secure debt. What mortgage is a registered charge, a legal agreement, a legal documents which you have given to the bank, which have given to the mortgager to secure your debt. If the debt is not paid back, if your loan is not paid back, then bank can take your mortgage as their own property. But if you pay back that loan and clarify that loan, you get NOC, your mortgage will pay back to you, given back to you after loan is cleared. Mortgager Mortgager is a lender, means the person that owes mortgaged property and most of the time owes debt subject to the mortgager. But mortgagee is borrower. Mortgager is a lender who give you loan. Mortgagee is borrower, means a lender in whose favor a mortgage is created, and he borrow that mortgage from you until your loan is cleared. So mortgage is a person who is giving your document, like if you're a customer, you've taken loan from the bank and you give your for from the bank for your business, and you give house legal documents to the bank as a mortgage. So you are lender in that case, and mortgage is a banker in that case who is borrowing the documents until you clarify your loan. If loan is cleared, then your documents will be paid back. Ninth point, other, another, or any mortgage guarantee. Third party means that hold a mortgage in same mortgage property. There is a new condition here, that sometimes people have joint property. Loan is taken by one brother for any business, and house is shared by five brothers. So in that case, not only one brother mortgage will accept it, but all the four brothers need to sign that mortgage document and give that NOC that yes, our brother needs loan for that business, and we, our house, which is joint house, we can give you mortgage property as a whole. Otherwise, this create legal creation. Many times this has been observed by the banks, that they one brother submit the house document for the business loan, and when the business is not loan is not clear, four other brothers came and fight the bank that they pay back our house. It's our house as well. It's not only one brother house. So banks need to clarify that as well, and need to take written mortgage property documents from the all brothers who are involved in that house sale. Mortgage with lower priority means one holding a mortgage that ranks lower than mortgage holding a mortgage with higher priority. Mortgage property means immovable property charged to secure debt. Non-possessory mortgage, bank, car loan, house loan, etc. It means mortgagee doesn't possess the mortgage property, but to keep the document of title, or mortgager or debt may require the document of title for mortgage property while debt is repaid. Bank car loan, if you take bank car loan or house loan from the bank keep the the car loan documents as well as the car original documents, and bank keep the house loan document as well as the house original documents, property documents. So if you fail to repay that debt to the bank may take ownership back from you of that car, of that house as well. So it's not only mortgage, non-possessive mortgage is most involved when you don't have any property and don't have anything to give as a guarantee to the bank. You don't have any asset to give as a mortgage to the bank. So bank what do? The new asset which you are taking on the payment of the bank, on the loan of the bank keep original documents of that with themselves. And when you clarify all those things, the bank transfer that deed of the documents of house or transfer that deed of that car to your name when all things are clear. Mortgage deeds. Mortgage deed means written document signed by mortgager and mortgagee. As we discussed, mortgager who is giving that mortgage document, lender, and mortgagee who is borrowing that, means in property, the terms of mortgage and the duties and obligations of the parties. It's a detailed document in which mortgage property is defined, what the property is, how much worth it has in the market, as well as there is a there are terms of mortgage, what are condition of mortgage, for how much years you have taken loan against that mortgage, for how much years you amount of money you have taken loan against that mortgage, what are duties of mortgager and mortgagee, what are obligation of mortgager and mortgagees, and all the parties involved in it. Property means possession of item capable of ownership, include movable immovable property. Now here a property banking our practices define is not only the immovable property but the movable property which you possess by any owner in the field. Movable property means tangible item that can be physically moved from one location to another without changes in shape and substance, and include tangible things such as goods, and intangible things such as documents of title, accounts, securities instrument, copyrights, trademark, and patents, etc. All those come in movable property. Immovable property means tangible item that cannot be moved from one location to another without change in shape and substance. Land, homes, building, and immovable property. I hope these are very self-explanatory. Movable property, so we will clear it by reading it once again, listening to my lecture. Registry means an office that register a document of title and mortgage transaction on immovable property and its related documents and keeps the record. Registry in our property terms as well, you all know that is a document of title and mortgage of transaction of immovable property or movable property is made and government attested, government approved it, government authorized it, government stamped it and signed it by any local tehsildar, any local patwari, any local assistant commissioner, any local transfer or housing officer or transfer officer, and government representatives authorized that property, yes, legally it is transferred to a new owner. So that registry is a must thing of any property, land, agriculture land, house, market, anything which you have in your assets. Notice of registration means form of prescribed by registry or register a mortgage. Whatever you want to do registry, whenever you want to do registry, you need to do notice of registration. You need to fill a form by issue by registry office, of patwari, of tahsildar, of local nazim or housing officer or transfer officer. Document of title means a written document prepared in accordance with law that provides ownership of immovable property or movable property to someone. Document of title, every property which exists in this world, whether it is movable or immovable, that has a document of title, that has an ownership title, that has an ownership document, which is known as document of title. These all points which we are studying here, this all article 1, 2, 3, very important from your for your final exam, for your MCQ type, and for your upcoming life after 8th semester when you will be searching for jobs, finance jobs, as these are the crux of banking law practices which are used in everyday life of every person, whether you are doing any business, whether you're doing any job, whether you're doing any foreign doing going to foreign establishing any business, or whether you are mortgage location. Mortgage location means a mortgage principal place of business, if any, or his residence, or if there is no place of business, a corporation is located where it was incorporated. Mortgager place is a place where principal who is owner of that asset, who are making investment in that, they who is making the main dealer, that location is where it is business is located, where its residence is located, from where he is operating, and from where he will run that business, from where he will provide that mortgage. So mortgager location is important banking land practices. Why here it is focus more on mortgage location? For example, if you are a customer, if you are giving a more house document or mortgage, and the house worth is more only 5 million pak rupee, but you are taking business loan of 1 million, one of 10 or 20 million pak rupee. So what in that case, what bank will do if you are failed to repay your loan? Bank will get defaulter. Like 5 million house mortgage documents cannot guarantee you a loan of 20 million pak rupee or 10 million pak rupee. So that is mortgage place is visited by the bank authorities, and they verify, and after visiting and verifying all those things, mortgage documents is considered and your loan is being sanctioned. No, now this finance, and we discuss financing. We have discussed default on payment. We have discussed default on performances here. Now transferee means a person to whom mortgage is assigned. Transferor means a person to whom money is owed and who assigned rights to under mortgager and related documents to transferee. Lien means any security right on mortgage property that secure an obligation. Like we discussed in the last slides, in previous slides, that lien is a type of loan when and right to the customer with the banker. If the customer failed to repay all loans, all installment of loans, banker don't issue NOC and clearance certificate to the customer. So that rights of lien is known as loan owner by the bank authorities. Power sale means the right of mortgagee to collect the amount of debt from the sale of mortgage property. Yes, if the customer failed to provide back all the amount of loan or amount of debt taken by the bank, then the mortgage property document which mortgager have provided to the mortgagee to the bank, they can sell that item. For example, if you have provided house document for taking business loan, you can and you are failed to pay business loan back to bank, bank can sell your house to take that money recovered from you. Notice means written information delivered regarding mortgage property to an office, headquarter, or place where the person resides or operates. Reasonable means of receipt is required. Notice is basically informing you, letter of information to both the parties, to all the parties involved in any mortgagee or mortgager or mortgage deal. Fixture means movable property that is either constructively or permanently a fixed or immovable property. Person means a natural or juridical person. Sale means to convey immovable property for a certain price that is subject to mortgage between a mortgager and mortgagee. Creation of mortgage means creation and registration of mortgage in accordance with this law. So these all are self-explanatory things, points where I need to explain more. I explain it, and further you will read it. You will get to know what are these things. These are easy for listening to the lecture carefully and reading it carefully. Please listen to lecture carefully, read each slide carefully, and then you can ask question. Google Classroom of banking